So this is the number one thing you need to hear as a Shiba Inu holder. It's very easy during these times to feel some kind of way about price, to feel kind of disappointed, feel like things are never going to go back up, the bear trap, the stages of disbelief, and the psychology of a market cycle, right? But what you need to know is that Shib is going to surge out of these ranges in a huge, huge way. I'm Luxai. Welcome to the channel. We're going to discuss this in depth in this video and what you need to be prepared for as a Shiba Inu holder. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, hit that bell. Again, it is free to do it. It will keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So let's get this out of the way first of all. Yes, this drop sucks in terms of Shiba Inu. It sucks, right? As a holder, you never want to see your bag drop 60, 70, 50%, whatever it may be, right? Me personally, guys, I bought very heavily back here in this fire sale range. I bought not as heavily up here, but as Shib has dropped, I've accumulated because I know what comes next, all right? So what I will say is that you can chart Shiba Inu. I've seen people talk about, TA not being good. TA isn't helpful. And frankly, go check out some of my videos from back here if you guys haven't, right? We TA'd the hell out of this. And frankly, it worked out great. In fact, right here, we talked about this surge in terms of Shiba Inu price going from basically this range up to 4019. And it actually, it overdid our expectations, did over a 2x from where we thought Shiba Inu price would face some resistance. It cut through it like butter. And that brings me to this point. Although we know that Shiba Inu price is eventually going to explode out of these ranges and probably do it in a hurry, it's tough to figure out where Shiba Inu price is going to stop, because regardless of what you or I or people in the market right now think, the big wild card is people that aren't in the market yet, right? Nobody knows what kind of flows we're going to see on the next wave of adoption. Nobody knows how many people are going to be entering the market. Nobody knows, frankly, where the capital is going to flow. What we can do is look at what's happened in the past. And what's happened for Shiba Inu has been something very, very good. It is a big surge of users. It's a big surge of capital. The thing is with Shiba Inu, it's one of those assets that, despite being a multi-billion-dollar asset, despite, having over 1 million users, it can still move like a meme coin with maybe, 1,000 holders, right? It can make a 50% move in a day, no problem. All it takes is the right push, the right amount of capital, the little bit of supply that's available on exchanges. And that's why we talk about these things so much on this channel, right? I dive into the fundamentals. I'm not just sit here to say, oh yeah, Shib's going to go and do 1,000%. This is a moon coin, right? That's not what we do. We look at these important fundamentals, and the fundamentals for Shiba Inu have been good for a very long time. All right. Hasn't always reflected in price. We obviously know that the market's been dropping. It's unfortunately drugged Shiba Inu down with it. Some of these things that have been good for Shib are still continue to be good. We're still in an extremely undervalued range. All right. We're in a negative MVRV score. We know that Shib, for example, RSI is still sitting at the neutral level. I mean, there's a lot of things that are in Shib's benefit right now that haven't resulted in this surge in price. All these moving averages coming together, guys. Last time we saw this much of a convergence in these moving averages was back here. It was right before Shiba Inu went on its surge, right? What we've basically been searching for is this time where the demand meets the price. There's been a couple times we've gotten close to that point, back here, right? But unfortunately, the overall market had an injection of fear, okay? Talks of uncertainty, talks of war, presidential debate stuff, presidential race stuff in general going on, economy, all these things are things that have been detrimental to the crypto market. They have not been good things. And because of that, people have either pulled capital, they've been less willing to buy. And because of that, there's been a lot of capital that's sitting on the sidelines. People have been waiting for that moment to get into the market. We have finally, over the last probably month or so here, reached a point of stability. All right. This is one of the longer points of stability we have reached in the market. Yes, there's been volatility along the way, but look at what Shiba Inu is doing. Despite these wild swings in the market, Shib has found stability. And what comes following stability? Explosion. All right. I've said many times, we're at this point where price really has one direction to move, and that's up. You've exhausted your sellers. All right. Sellers are exhausted, and you've exhausted the people that are willing to sell. That's the point. Many people right now that are down on their bags, and I don't mean to keep going on about this, but many people that are down on their bags, they've gotten to this point. Well, it's like, oh, I'm down 70%, I'm down 80%. Might as well just wait and see what happens now. That's actually a good thing. If people aren't willing to sell, it's kind of hard to move price lower, right? So my point is I don't want people to do two things. I don't want people to get so exhausted that they FUD themselves out of their bag. And I don't want people to be moon boyish, right? It's important to be realistic when it comes to assets. And the great thing is that Shiba Inu has a lot of room to move. And the next move it makes is one that is going to be very unpredictable, one that probably surprises a lot of people, makes a lot of people freak out. But at the same time, remember when we get into next year too, don't be afraid to take profit as well. Again, people can do what they want. Me personally, I'm going to be taking some profit as well. I've kind of laid out some videos talking about that, but the next exciting times for Shiba Inu are still just ahead of us. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Again, if you guys have not checked out Margex, there is a referral link in the description below. Again, you can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. There's no KYC. And also they have a huge Caspa airdrop going on right now. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.